Trump's ICE Maiden, chief of staff, launches takedown of Musk. Okay, now let's see if this is true or not. And we'll read this story and go straight into the next one here. So this is talking about Susie Wiles, I believe. Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff, first woman to hold the office. The role has taken a firm approach in her second term, denying Musk an office in the West Wing despite his role as chairman of the Doge. Musk's team will work from the Eisenhower building and report directly to Wiles, who said, "I don't welcome people who want to work solo or be a star." Wow. Known as the ICE Maiden. Wiles is focused on maintaining discipline and collaboration, contrasting with the chaos of Trump's first term. Musk, often referred to as Trump's first buddy and criticized as a co-president by Democrats, remains a controversial figure in the administration. Despite pushback, Trump defends Wiles' management, calling her tough, smart, innovative, and universally admired and respected. Wiles has also imposed a social media ban on cabinet nominees, stating all intended nominees should refrain from any social media posts without prior approval. Well, he's not going to do that. He's already posting. He runs X. How do you get him to not do that? Now, while this is happening, Trump's aides are furious with Elon Musk for trashing the $500 billion AI project. Somebody even said he gives 0 Fs. Elon Musk angered Trump's aides and allies with his criticism of $500 billion Stargate AI project, claiming they don't actually have the money. SoftBank has well under $10 billion secured. I have that on good authority. A Trump ally described the situation, saying the problem is the president doesn't have any leverage over him, and Elon gives 0. Trump dismissed Musk's remarks as stemming from a personal animosity towards OpenAI CEO. And here's what he said, Rob, if you want to play this clip.
Mr. President, does it bother you that Elon Musk criticized a deal that you made publicly, that he said that he tweeted that?
No, it doesn't. He hates one of the people in the deals.
Have you spoken to him since then?
No, I've spoken to Elon, but I've spoken to all of them, actually. No, the people in the deal are very, very smart people. But Elon, one of the people he happens to hate, but I have certain hatreds of people too.
I mean,
he's talking about Sam Altman, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So, Tom, how do you process this?
Well, first I go to Susie. She's doing her job, and she's doing a really good job. You take a look at what usually happens when people take a secretary position. You be the secretary of something, you serve for roughly 2.5 years, and then you leave, you get your book deal or a news show position. A lot of the high-end people hang there. And so, or you go right over to K Street and you become a lobby for somebody. And so there's usually this revolving door. And so there's usually people who are not necessarily fully aligned with the president and stand behind him. In this case, we have an operator who's operating like a CEO, and he's got a chief of staff, and that is Susie. And he's saying, hey, look, we're going to have a meeting here. We're going to criticize it. I don't want you to have second meetings with the VP of marketing and F things up before the meeting. That happens in companies. It says, look, if you got something to say it in the meeting. So she's saying these things on social media. So I think they're trying to bring order to what is typically a very disorderly situation, which is operating a cabinet in a day and age where social media is out there and people are already thinking about 2 steps ahead what they're doing and have a tough time being great number twos. That's what I think is going on with Susie. With Trump, I think he gave a very honest, straightforward answer. He says, hey, he hates one of the guys in the deal. What do you want me to do about it? I'm going to go get it done. Because Lincoln, we can go back and look at Abraham Lincoln about how he got rivals to cooperate. And I think that's what you're seeing here with Trump. And I think you're seeing leadership from him. And Susie's trying to run a tight ship in that organization.
Ro.
Look, Trump understands one thing about American politics, that the worst thing you could do is be boring. Now, if you look at FDR, he was on the stage from 1932 to about 1945, 13 years. And Trump has basically been on the American political stage from 2015 till now. And a lot of his campaign before Elon and others got there was like the 80s reruns, Hulk Hogan and, WWE wrestling, and we're going to drill for oil. And I think he gets that having someone who sends rockets to space gives him a new act. It gives him the sense of the future. And so he knows that he likes hanging around with these folks. And yeah, Susie Wiles is very talented, but I don't think she's gonna convince Trump that he doesn't need some of these tech leaders around him.
Adam.
Well, there's no doubt that there's one thing that Trump is not as boring. He's a brilliant marketer. Now, you might like some of the marketing, you might very much dislike some of the marketing, but what I recognized about Trump is this. I think there's just a clear difference to his confidence and his swag and just his genuine understanding of how Washington and politics works. The biggest problem, I guess you would say in 2016 is like, literally this guy had no clue what he was doing. Like he said, well, I give a lot of political donations. That doesn't mean you know how Washington works. I genuinely think he's had 8 years of 4 being in the White House, 4 being out of it, planning, plotting, thinking 4 years ahead. And now he's coming into the White House and he knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly how a bill becomes a law, which I don't even know if he knew in 2016, respect to you, President Trump. I think he literally knows exactly what he's doing, literally. So do you think he has a lot more, they say that competence will turn into confidence. So his competence and accomplishments are turning to confidence. It just seems like he knows exactly what he wants to do.
Got it.
Do you think differently?
No, I think he is more effective, which is not a good thing for some people like me who disagree with a lot of his agenda, and that's why he's a formidable. But I've always thought the Democrats have underestimated Trump. I mean, he's obviously unparalleled as a marketer.
Vinny.
What? No, I agree with
Gucci?
that. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I would say in this position, I applaud Susie. It's a very, very, very hard job that she has.
Oh, yeah.
And you know why it is? Because both Elon and Trump, it would have worked with a personality like Kamala. It would have worked with a personality like maybe even some of the guys on the Republican side. It would have worked with probably somebody like Nikki Haley. It doesn't work with the personalities that they're used to picking up the phone and calling the person directly to solve a problem. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, stop Trump from calling the guy directly. For 78 years, like, hey, what the hell are we doing with this permit here? Like, what are we doing with this guy here? You got to get this out of the way. Now, for her to say, they got to go through me. And then Musk doesn't wait. He just tweets. Oh, you need to approve all your tweets through me. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I'm sending you your way. Yeah,
I'll be on that. Yeah,
I'm sending all my tweets going to get approved by you.
She'll
You're
lose
right
her
on
mind.
that,
She'll
Rose.
lose her mind in 20 minutes after he tweets 10 times.
But that means that means someone has to pivot and change.
Yeah,
Who will that be?
it's not going to be him.
Someone has to compromise. Will it be Elon? Will it be Susie? Will it be Trump? One of them has to.
Of course.
One of them has to. We don't know who it's going to be.
It ain't going to be Trump.
It ain't going to be the richest man in the world. The richest guy in the world that owns the biggest X. There's no way that guy's going to. It's going to have to be her.
It's going to be the president?
No, it has to be her.
No.
She has to adjust a little bit. There's no way.
She will resign.
Hold on.
Then she'll resign.
By the way, you don't want her to resign.
I don't.
She is that good.
I know. Well, you say. Well,
You
I'm going off
don't
of what you
want her-
said. Who's gonna budge?
Let me tell you, to have a person like that,
Yeah.
because one thing you know about her, like you have to choose between everybody that you're working with, who is 100% you? Who is more 100% Trump, her or Elon?
Her.
There you go.
Of course.
What percentage of Elon is supportive of Trump? Like everything he does for Trump. What percentage?
20?
20?
I was thinking
What
35.
percentage of what Susie does is for Trump?
100%. Everything that she's
Let's say
doing.
90% and 10% is her legacy and her father.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't lose a flag carrier
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know. So this is going to be very difficult.
Because it's easier to have that leverage and conversation with Susie. You can't sit there and say, hey, that's the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, if you create a Doge, it has to be ran by a cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be ran by a cowboy. But only because only cowboys got the balls to go out there and get that done. You're fired. We're getting rid of you guys. This department shut down, 100,000 people done. You think a proper person that did everything right is going to be able to have the balls to do that? No. That's a tough job for what Elon needs to do. So, but Trump's going to have to choose. It's going to be tough.
Well, I will say this. I think one of the biggest indicators of Trump's success as a president will be how long Susie Wiles stays as the chief of staff. Because if I recall correctly, I think he had 4 chiefs of staffs during his 4 years. First was Reince Priebus for like a couple Scaramucci's, John Kelly, the general, Mick Mulvaney, and then Mark Meadows. Every
She's
year
a flag
there was.
carrier, though.
No, that's my
You know
point.
what? You know
If
what
she
I like about
lasts all
Susie?
4 years.
Do you know what is the most attractive thing about Susie? Do you know what is the number one?
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, but do you know what the number? Because you're going to go physical. Don't disrespect.
No, I'm not saying that.
What do you think is the number one most attractive thing about Susie? It's not even close. If they're watching, it's not even close.
That she's
What
not-
is the most attractive thing about Susie?
She's
Tom?
not
You know
trying to
what,
be a
Tom?
superstar.
What is it?
I think she's humble. She knows she's a number two.
What do you think it is?
Loyalty? I don't know.
What do you think it is? In my opinion, you know what I think it is? She wants no attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could care less about the camera. While everybody's like, so put the camera. No, I don't want to talk. When he won, he's like, hey, Susie, say a couple words. No, I'm good. I don't need to do anything. She kind of walked back.
I remember that.
That was a beautiful moment that I guarantee he won't forget.
No limelight.
No, you can't find people like that. I had people that I hired. They wouldn't let you take pictures with Trump, and they would take the pictures with Trump.
I remember that.
They're like, no, you guys can't. But hey, President Trump, hey, look what. You can't hire people. Those are not flag carriers. Those are selfish users. That it's about them. Susie is tough to find. It's a very hard thing to find people like this. Very, very, very hard to find people like Susie who wants no attention. Listen, if you naturally get it, there's nothing wrong with it. We're not sitting here and saying, well, someone's going to say, well, you guys are getting a bunch of eyeballs. Yeah, but I'm not trying to be this job.
Yeah.
This job is perfect for her. And for Trump, he needs some people because a lot of people have Trump's job because they're trying to check to see what their, resume is going to look like and what the next book they're going to write and what offer they're going to get from Simon & Schuster, and I'm going to be able to do this and legacy. She's like, look, my dad was a stud and he was a killer at what he did. I've been the camera for a long time. I don't need any of that stuff. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. I simply want to serve. Tough to find people like this.
It's like
Truly.
what you say about the CIA agents, right?
That's exactly what Jonah Mendes said, is the fact that they're great, they're charming, they're strong, but they don't need to brag about the fact that they saved the free world. Solid. We raised $108,000. We send the money already to California. We've sent, I think, 6 families $5,000 apiece that me and Vinny individually called, FaceTimed, and we spoke to them. The stories are, I wish we raised $50 million to send the money out there, but we only did $108,000 of sale that they would merge. We are still calling families. If you have anybody that's gone through something, send me directly a Manek with your phone number and their phone number. Tell me as much detail as possible. We're FaceTiming people and just let them know that we're sending money over their way. And then the money is getting sent out. Once we give the details to the individuals, money gets sent out to their account. You can connect any one of us. You send it to Adam, to Vinny, to me, to Tom. It's going to end up coming back to me anyway. So whatever guys that you send this to, they'll send it to me. We'll make the phone calls. I think today's the last day we're doing it to send the money out to the folks in California. They're still going through it. That's one. Make sure you do that. Number 2 is on the cigar lounge that a lot of you guys have been wanting to be a member of. We have had our manager now there for the last, I think, 90 days or so. The place is looking amazing. We're going to launch it in the month of March, but it's a private cigar line. So for those of you that are in South Florida and you want to find out how to become a member, text the word cigar to 310-340-1132. Again, text the word cigar to 310-340-1132. One of our representatives will get a hold of you in the month of February to tell you all about it, but make sure you text the word cigar to 310-340-1132. We're opening up the comedy club, the cigar lounge, to 2 bars. We got the liquor license. We got the whole thing. We'll be opening up here soon. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.